right. I should have started this way. I'll show you guys. But today I am talking about pains while coming back to running when you take a long time off. So, because today was just an easy run, but it basically my run's name is trying to keep it flattish. Hamstrings more like hamstings. dot dot dot. And if you want more deets, I will chat about training in the description. So, yeah, I mean, this is everyday thing. So, just gonna kind of chat about something training related. So, I'll talk about my run to start, but then I'm actually gonna go into today talking about pains when you are coming back to running and kind of like my philosophy on that whole ordeal. Okay, let's just click on this run quick. I don't know if you can. Oh, there we go. Maybe not. Okay. All right. So, I mean, obviously not flat, but obviously not too hilly. Cause like negative, and these are just rollers. I'm just rolling. This is like as flat as it gets though, where I live. Honestly. So, went out. And this is kind of like a wooded area over here. So I probably shouldn't show you guys this because you can see everything where I live and everything. Yeah. Well. Okay. But yeah, I mean that's kind of. I mean, like obviously see it kind of fluctuating from 9,000 feet to 9,400 feet of elevation. So definitely up high. Average pace was 754 per mile. Is that right? It feels like it's not right. Yeah, 754. I felt like I was going a lot faster than that. Just sore hamstrings today is really what was going on. So I'll come back. Yeah, just a lot of sore hamstrings today. And it's nothing that I'm really concerned about. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about because, okay, let's go back to like my high school years when I was in high school. And this is probably not advised. I probably wouldn't advise this approach, but like back in high school, it'd be, I didn't train probably like I should have year round. I did do cycling year round, road cycling and everything, but I didn't do track and field and running year round. So when I would come back in the season, I'd actually be really aerobically fit, but I wouldn't have the musculature, and I would get really sore for about 1 to 2 weeks, everywhere. Like it just like everything was sore, every run, and it would just take forever to kind of get warmed up into it. And I think that's a pretty normal thing when you're first starting out running. It's always the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks are always the hardest weeks, right? So when you first start running, um, so yeah, that was like pretty common thing. And as I got, and it's been common out throughout college, but college I took a lot less breaks. And even after college, but this is the first time I feel like I didn't have like the main thing I've had is just that hamstrings. Now it's today. It's because I did speed work 2 days ago, right? And I haven't done speed work in a long time. So, um, if you reduce speed work and you're not increasing mileage crazy amounts, then you should be fine. I know I'm hitting like over 40 miles a week now, but also I'm used to running like 100 miles a week when I was doing marathon training, and I'm very used to like 40 miles a week is like almost nothing for me right now. So compared to like 100, like think about, I mean, like you got like three doubles a week. Sometimes you can sometimes go at two with like 20 to 22 mile long runs for 100-mile weeks, and like this is not like this is like okay, my easy days are about 5 to 7 miles. Long runs are only about 12 miles long, like that. And I can even take a day off within that with the kind of mileage I'm doing. This week I'm not planning to take a day off. I'm kind of getting a little. It sounds like I'm getting sidetracked, but I got to point to this. So yeah, I mean the fact that like my body's just getting used to it now. So it's like whenever you start, like even if it's like if you just start lifting and you just go really hard for like the first like week, you're gonna be really sore. Or even the first couple of days, you're gonna be really sore that week to 1 to 3 weeks easily. So it's very similar in running, and it's something that you can almost push through because it's almost like why not if you have lots of time. Like if you're early season, it's like I can make some good gains here, like in terms of like risk to like what you can gain like early on. It's kind of like I don't know, but I'm also really good at knowing my body and knowing what's gonna cause it to get injured. And I almost never get injured early season, but you gotta settle in after that. So let's say you do 3 weeks where you just get a good build in. I wouldn't go crazy with the mileage, but like it's okay to be sore is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is not like me being a doctor or whatever. So don't take this advice like too much to heart. But this is just kind of what I do, right? This is kind of like my what I do. So a lot of times I'll build up quick, like get to the point where I'm starting to do workouts again, right? Or I'm starting to get a good decent amount of mileage, and then you gotta take a real easy week, okay? So you take a nice dip down. And this time I didn't actually do that, but I've actually felt really good about it. So maybe I was wrong before. So this time I've just really built up really slowly because I've been dealing with pre-existing injuries that just would not go away even when I took rest. So this time I've been a little bit more cautious. I've kind of been enjoying that, but normally I could be pretty fit right now. But I also feel like it hasn't changed too much of like my fitness. So basically, what I'm saying is that maybe I need to. I mean, maybe as you get older, it's just the way to go. Because I think my age is maybe contributing to a little bit of my injuries, but also not lifting. So if I was lifting more often, it wouldn't be a problem. But when I was in like high school, college, like I could just like, boom, right back in. I'd be super sore, but you know I could still keep. I just push through, and I'd push through. Once I get to the end of that, boom, I'm like really fit already. And again, so for example, if you're looking at like, oh, let's go back. I hit a. Let's see, it was like junior, maybe sophomore year of college. I was running the mile indoors, and I took my 2 week break after cross country. And it also depends on the length of the break. I've been taking months off, but in college, I took 2 weeks off. I got really sore for about a week coming back. And then I think I had one more week, and then I had a mile indoors. And I ran that mile, and I want to say I ran like 4:32, but it was at like over 7,000 feet. So it was amazing. I was like amazed by how quick I was already, like right off the bat. I was like ready to go. And part of that is just because of the length of break. The break was only 2 weeks, but that 2 week break really allowed my hormones, I think, to recover and stuff like that. I can make a whole nother video on that. I think I'm just kind of rambling now at this point. But my point was, going back to my point, was it's okay to feel a little bit sore, I feel like, when you're first starting out. Depending on your age, though, too. If you're like a little bit older, you probably want to ease back into training. But if you're in high school and stuff, you kind of like, you ease to an extent, but then you also have to press just a little bit. And it's like, you're going to have those sore runs, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to be sore for the first, 2 weeks. So once you get past those 2 weeks, it just becomes a thing. Like, you're maybe a little bit tired after a workout, but you're not sore. So the soreness goes away. And that's maybe a barrier to entry for a lot of runners. So I don't know. I felt like it was necessary to kind of talk about this. I probably should have led with that. That it's a barrier to entry for a lot of runners, like or like non-runners, I guess, because they don't end up running because it's like, oh, I'm sore. But like what they don't realize is that first 1 to 2 weeks, maybe 3, you're gonna be sore. Like, it's, especially if you're new to running, it should be expected. And something I learned my first season. I do remember that vividly, how sore I was, and I was like, "Is this ever gonna end? Like, this is what running's like." Um, but it worked out. I stuck with it because I was a pretty motivated young lad. I was also. Oh, you guys want to hear what I was like as a? So I didn't start freshman year. I started running my sophomore year of track season, and I would carry this water bottle. This like really like this like what do you call that? What it everybody had them back in like 2010. It was like the plasticky water bottles. Like, totally drawing a blank on the name of them. Somebody drop a comment below and remind me. But I'd carry one of those. It was like red, bright red. I remember that. It was really big. It was definitely bigger than this thing. And I would just carry that around with me. And then I was wearing long basketball shorts. And I got made fun of so much for that. And like, by the time I was like, was starting to get used to running, I had this weird gait because I was always carrying that water bottle around. So I always had like one arm that come up a little bit more than the other. because that water bottle, the arm that was holding the water bottle, wouldn't drive up anymore. So that's a funny story. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. I will make these a lot quicker because this one went for about 10 minutes. Um, I'll get better at it. I'll get better at not rambling and kind of going into training just a little bit faster. Tomorrow I've got a workout, so I'll actually just be probably just talking about the workout and the purpose of the workout throughout the whole thing. That'll be the video tomorrow. I'm not going to be going to this other extra topic, but these easier days I will go into like a little extra topic maybe and talk about that. But yeah, that's what I got for today. We had our track banquet, um, and yeah, we had a lot of seniors graduate. Not a lot that I coached, but a lot of distance seniors, which I still have like I still admire from afar. I don't know, like it's sad to see all the distance runners go because that's my thing, right? But then also we had some like sprinters and some hurdlers and high jumper who moving on. So it's like, oh well, it's crazy. It's my 4th year of coaching, so at Conifer at least. I've definitely been coaching more than 4 years. But 4th year of coaching Conifer and just seeing all those people that I started with moving on. That is definitely it's like a turning point. Like I've only been at one of those school where I've coached athletes all 4 years, and it's different seeing them like 4 years. Like 4 years is a long time, but also it doesn't feel like a long time when you look back on it. I feel like I don't know, I'm gonna really philosophical, not philosophical, but like really a little too deep on this. Um, but yeah, it's kind of sad to see them go, but I'm actually working with some of them over the summer, so before they go to college. So I guess it's not really seeing them um, leave too much. So I don't know. I guess get to still see them over the summer. Um, but it's always like I don't know. Like when you first get here, it's like okay, yeah, I've had like one season with them, but when you see them develop from like freshman year to sophomore to senior year, you see huge major changes, and just how like they react to things and how they hold themselves and all that kind of stuff too. They become little adults, I guess, is what you you kind of see that transition, right? So, but yeah, that's my little rant for today. A couple rants.